I'm interested in the fact, Hal, that you've extended your art in a sense by putting it on, taking it from the canvas or from the paper and putting it onto a shirt. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, I guess first of all, this bear is the first bear that I did, so that has real significance to me. But I've been doing T-shirts for the theater groups here through the years, designing them and sweatshirts, and so whenever we have a play, it acts as advertisement. So I said to myself, gee, you know, why don't I do my own original T-shirts? And the first batch I just gave away to my friends, Christmas and holiday presents. And then the second batch, people have been asking me for. I'm just selling it at kind of cost, so it's kind of fun. But it was fun because it also relates to what the total college is doing, and it happens that two of our really important alumni own this T-shirt concern. So it's nice to work with your former students again in this respect. I have another one here, which is done from this pencil, which is kind of the lead character of the book that I envision, along with Major Bear. And this pencil enables all of the animals to draw each other. Mm-hmm. And so this is the original chair and the original pencil. And then in this is a T-shirt for children. And on the back, it has I can draw. And of course, my philosophy is that anyone can draw. And I'm trying to show that stuffed animals can also draw. So it becomes an art propaganda thing. It becomes what I feel, and the show is for children and to make them remember what fun it is to draw.
Hi, we're here with Dorothy Dirks Harris, who many of you may remember from one of our shows that we did, in fact, on Dr. Harris. How are you?
Great. Feeling happy tonight for another colleague.
Now, you and Hal go back professionally for, I guess, over 30 years. Is that correct?
That's right.
And Hal is the curator of the gallery here at the college, so he's a familiar face to the gallery.
Yes, the whole college community. Hal has designed and hung shows over many years for other artists to be up front.
Well, how does it feel to see Hal on the other side of the canvas, so to speak?
It's not really the first time, but he's so modest he doesn't do it that frequently. Once every 5 to 10 years is a lot for him to put his own visual artwork up. However, Hal is a designer in many areas. He is the designer of plays, of stage props, he's a writer, he's a playwright himself, and a teacher. All of those ways, Hal is able to give of himself to others and pull out the excellence in others. And he's not a prima donna, but he's certainly a fabulous colleague and an excellent designer. These works are new to me, though.
How do you feel about what you see?
Well, he's pretty continuous, and his playful spirit is the thing that always came up. The theme of this show, of drawings for children and teddy bears and stuffed animals, is not a new theme to him, but it's never been done graphically as a whole solo show. Hal has a twinkle in his eye, a love for children. He's a child himself who has not relinquished the joy of life that children know.
Hal, in the many relationships that you make between your life and your art, there's also another theme that constantly runs through your work, no matter what it is, and that's the theme of food. Even in this opening here, you had a variety of foods for the kids to eat. You want to talk about that and how that all works into your art?
Well, let me say this. This was a children's environment for eating, with what were hopefully fun colors.
Right.
So when the children came in, they saw all of these animal crackers. I had in this level there was a bowl of candy, mm-hmm. And here we have a gumball machine, which you see was pretty taken advantage of at the opening. And on this wall, when they came in as part of this environment, I asked them to check in terms of height. Originally, I started putting the boys in blue and the girls in yellow, and then they didn't like that. So that I gave them any color they wanted to. But my smallest one,
32 inches.
Right, got a prize, and the big one The biggest one got a prize.
So that was an actual child?
As a child, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Was there, I also understand you did a survey as to flavors. Which
The chocolate went almost immediately. But getting back to your question about food, I've done productions on food. One was called Eating Out, which was all about food. The other one was Confrontation, that used that Campbell's soup can.
Right.
And I used to cater, and I enjoy the party atmosphere of working with children.
Which is another art form of and to itself as well, the catering business. So basically your whole life is involved with different aspects of art on different levels, and sometimes you bring them all together.
Yeah, maybe. I'd like to think that. Well, I think these were done for people, so it's part of the whole effect. I'm interested in reactions. I'm interested in the reactions of the little ones and the older ones and the grandfathers. And
any surprises, reaction-wise?
People seem to no. They like the cow and the camel and the bear. I've seen a lot of people laugh that I haven't seen people laugh at faculty meetings for years. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it kind of tickles me.
Hi. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
What's the best part of the show?
I don't.
The gumballs?
Yeah. And they're having pictures.
You like watching the pictures on television?
Yes.
Is it fun to see the same ones up on the wall that you see on the videotape?
Yes.
Well, have a good time.
Okay. Bye.
The fun that I had in hanging them, because you know that I do hang work in galleries, was people have always said, Hal, you're hanging them too high. And I said, now this is the time. So I have this whole wall over here, which is hung at child's height.
Thank you.
The video was a good idea to put on the, so we have that record, but it's also at a child's level, so they feel, the kids see television all the time, and it's kind of now these are.
Well, the video also includes several pieces that aren't in the show. Is that correct?
Yes, I have about 8 pieces that I had no room to hang, and it wasn't a question that I felt better or worse about them. It was just a question that I tried to be representative. Like I tried to have one turtle. I have another turtle on its end, which is really funny, that I didn't put in because I had no space. The reason this show was in this gallery is because of the window. I envisioned that people would have fun walking by and seeing these animals, which are lovable animals. Something that I had to do to make them lovable. They just came this way. But I've tried to find out what their real personality is and try to interpret that to the drawings. And I feel very good about that.
Hal, I find it very refreshing to me personally to see so many young people and children in the gallery. And I know that the work kind of designs that children would be here, but do you have any thoughts on that?
I wanted children to come. I think they should start going to galleries as early as possible. I don't mind. That's a wonderful glass showcase. I don't mind if there are finger marks on it. That's part of the fun of being a child. And being a grandfather now, I'm remembering how it was to be a child and some of the art experiences I had when I was 5 years old. And it all comes back.
Do you think that some of this work has been inspired by the fact that you are now a grandfather?
Definitely. You just look at things differently. And I've gone through experiences of abstract expressionism, figurative work, a lot of woodcuts, stage designs, and now, for right now, this is what I feel good about.
Hal, I find it interesting that in all the work in the show here, all the work is interpreted in its original size and form, with the exception of this one pencil. Is there any significance to that?
Yeah, I'm glad you caught that. This is my interpretation of this large pencil behind me, that during the course of the day or the evening or whatever the framework of a potential book might be, that the animals use this pencil continuously to draw themselves, and therefore it's cut down in size. It's also, you'll notice that it's also stubby this way, and I've taken great care into trying to imagine how an eraser looks when it's used by animals. So this is kind of a joke. It was a fun thing to do, and as well as these chairs, which I kind of like because of the light refraction and the highlights and the going through forms. I kind of think this is special, and it could end a potential book.
Most people think of art as money and power and selling and high glitz and whatever, but your show was very, very theatrical, and it really was geared for the little ones, and I think that the adults might have been in the way in certain respects in this show.
There's nothing precious here. It's to me, what it is, it's meant to be fun. And once you do one, and you do two, and you do three, and then I set a kind of a time limit. I said, I really want to get a body of work done. And vacation time, that month in August, is very special to me because it's about the only vacation I have during the year, and I tried to make the use of it. So I set up a schedule of doing one a day and sticking to it, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Just the positioning of the animals, like the placement of this, it's like a still life, but these have other qualities. And so you position a leg, and you let the tail go down, and you just make sure you have just enough of the under showing, and you kind of make them friends because they're just almost touching each other, but they're not quite. So there's the rapport of the animals into the situation.
Now, is there a place that these will end up? Did I understand this is going into a children's illustration book?
I am in the process of writing a book. I'm still hunting for a publisher, but the script has been written. There's a storyboard connected with what's going on, and it basically is a book about the animals who draw themselves, which is kind of fun for me.
Did the book come first, or did the drawings come first?
Drawings came first, and I just said to myself, gee, this looks like it could be a book, or other things. It could be a calendar. I mean, a lot of other things that are happening, and I'm delighted. I've got some very good feedback, and it's nice to share your work with some wee ones who like it, some little ones.
Hal, I want to thank you for spending time with us today. I really enjoyed looking at your work, and I wish you a lot of success in your book, and I'm sure it'll be a great hit with the kids as well as the adults.
Thank you very much for coming.
My pleasure.
I'm glad you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed doing it.
I loved it.
If the kids love it, it's all the more meaningful for me.
And I'm sure they have, and I'm sure they will. Until next time, we'll see you.